crazy as us.
Send your request to Bill Strong, P.O. Box.
Well, he doesn't have anything to do with the show, but you can send it to me, I guess. 93 likes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. 2,500 views.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, look at the sky there. A little purplish tinge to it.
So even though Flat Out is the faster car, it looks like if everything stays the same, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot may take the win of this race.
Yeah.
Why would you say that is?
Because they're a lap up.
How did they get a lap up, being not the faster car?
Fewer. I would guess that they had at least one fewer fuel stop.
And we know
without looking through the data yet.
So Flat Out had a pit stop where they had trouble with.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Their tires.
Yeah, they had a 8-9 minute pit stop on that.
Whiskey Tango was black flagged for speeding at pit entry. I mean,
but Flat Out got a black flag for passing under yellow.
So there you go. It's just logistics of trying to do everything right, not making too many mistakes or any mistakes.
So that last round of pit stops, Flat Out had to take one before the 2 hour mark, which meant they had to take another one, whereas Whiskey Tango Foxtrot was able to extend that to the 2 hour mark, and so they took that last one and they were done with it. So I think that's the difference, because they both got a penalty. Flat Out's been consistently faster.
Well, like I say, when Flat Out changed those tires, that
really held them up.
That was like a 9 minute stop to change the tires and fuel.
Do you have a preference?
But I think they got back in front of them after that. I think it was the additional stop that was the difference.
Yeah, because I think Flat Out was only like an hour 45 between tanks. And I think Whiskey Tango could go the full 2 hours.
So my guess is they took one less fuel stop, or they were able to extend that stop to where they didn't have to take another one at that 2 hour mark. They were able to go to the close to the 2 hour mark enough that they didn't have another stop, whereas Flat Out had to stop very close to the 2 hour mark, but a little shy on the other way. Like, I think, was it like 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes shy of it, if I remember correctly. And trust me, it's late, so I don't know if I remember anything correctly.
Well, yeah, I mean, because even, you're, like I say, you're giving up 5 minutes if you make that extra stop. Well, what, 2.5? If you're stopped for 2.5 minutes, even if you're 10 seconds a lap faster, that's 15 laps to make up 2.5 minutes. So you're talking 30 laps to make up one extra stop, just to make the time up if you're 10 seconds a lap faster every single lap.
So I think that's what happened, and they made up one of those laps, but not the other.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
That you're going to go with?
On the matter.
All right.
Yep. I don't even care if it's right or not.
Doesn't matter.
It sounds good, right?
This is what we do. It's how we play the game.
Yep. It's what I said. Well, how do you know what you said is right? Because I have the microphone.
How does that go? If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with...
Right? Whatever works. We're here for entertainment value, not educational purposes.
Yeah, bent over, not turning laps right now. The Caveman
They've had a rough
Contenders,
race.
also not turning laps, so it looks like they're not going to be able to finish under the checker, the Z car, as they have fallen to 34th place in the Z.
Yep. Rotary Rocketeers just lost another spot there.
Yeah, not much they can do at this point.
They're probably packing, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm sure cars on the trailer, they're probably headed for
The nap, the bed.
There's like 3 RX-7 teams here in Florida. 2 of them are on the East Coast and 1 on the West Coast.
Of Florida.
Yep.
Because Florida's kind of like its own little country down there. It's almost the ego of Texas, but not quite. No, everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
Everything's further away in Florida, right? 'Cause
That was always one of my favorite deals, was when you cross in from Louisiana into Texas. The sign says like Orange, Texas, I think it's like 12 miles, and Beaumont 898.
Oy.
I mean, not Beaumont, because Beaumont's the next one after Orange. El Paso, that's what I'm trying to think of. 898 miles to El Paso.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like, especially if you compare Texas, which is one of our states of the whole U.S., is bigger than a lot of people's whole country.
Yep. Well,
You could probably fit 2 countries in there for a lot of countries.
so my great uncle was the foreman of the Jones Ranch, which the Jones family is the family that owned the King Ranch at one point.
Okay.
And the King Ranch is bigger.
I'm worried about the Kool-Aid for a minute.
The King Ranch is bigger than the state of Rhode Island.
Oh, wow.
I always like asking the people with the King Ranch Edition Ford trucks if they know what King Ranch is. It's mostly, it's the King Ranch Edition of the Fords are actually because of the King Ranch leather shop. So the interior for the King Ranch Editions is the leather comes from the King Ranch shop.
Oh. Okay. I was thinking like they have here, like the King's Ranch is a place for like kids who don't have their parents. It's a nonprofit kind of thing. So I was totally off on that. That's just where my brain went. But I was figuring that probably had nothing to do with it, though. But that is the King's Ranch, not King Ranch. Yep. So 2 different things. Is it bedtime yet?
No, you missed it.
I missed it.
You're gonna have to wait
Oy.
because we've been talking all the way through the swing of the sun on the dark side, so she's coming back up now. So there's Whiskey Tango up ahead. 901's going to punt him off the racetrack. Here we go. Screw up the whole race. I'm kidding. They wouldn't do that.
No. They usually
like
run a really clean race. I will say that.
Looks like Flat Out is pretty much conceded at 241 on that last lap.
I did see some of that purple in the sky over there. I'm like, oh, I need blackout curtains in my room. I love the light that's reflecting back from you guys onto the camera here.
The
It looks
window.
like it looks like a light up bridge. We have those in Birmingham now, that all the big overpasses downtown are all lit up different colors from underneath. It looks kind of cool. But that's what it kind of looks like. Like there's a bridge over Sebring. Like obviously there is the bridge there to go over, but it looks like another bridge like that's all lit up.
Yeah.
But it's just one of your screens.
Yeah, it's catching
reflecting.
This is that room that's got that big. It's probably about a 42-inch flat screen TV, and I use that as the monitor to view and send you. So.
He said, "Woo, Tiffany." Woo, what? I'm tired. I unfortunately did not get anywhere near my goal was to sleep in this yesterday morning.
Didn't work.
No, I didn't. I did the opposite. So I've been up for a solid 24 now.
Yeah.
All right, pop quiz. PB MRP.
Presented by Memphis
Record Press.
Record Press. I knew I'd forget it. I got the Memphis part. I was like, it's
you have to presented by. I didn't remember that. So.
Peanut butter and jelly. Presented by. When I saw P/B, that's what I thought. Peanut butter and jelly? What?
Time for
I guess I'd have to
Italian meatballs and sausage. It's not sausage, but Italian meatballs and salad. Yeah. Still jonesing for that sausage. That meatball, rather.
Nice tomato and mutton and lettuce sandwich. Where the mutton is nice and lean.
No, just beef. About 10 minutes remain. So what they're going to do here, and I've got the radio on, probably won't make it out real well, but they're keeping an eye on where the leader is because it's always difficult to flag at night. So what they're going to do is keep an eye on that leader. And is that them?
No,
that's the OVD Motorsports.
Okay, so they're going to keep an eye on that green Miata, the leader of the race.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. The marching ants there. I realized that they put that box around the leader.
Yeah, and so they're going to watch, keep an eye on where they are, and call it around the track. Typically, it's what they do. Corner to corner for the corner workers in order to help the flagger that's at the start-finish line be ready for them.
Yep. So, like, as the car goes around the track, the leader, the corner stations will call that car out as it's passing their station, as it comes in their area. And hopefully they all call it around, right? But it is very hard to see at night. I don't really know how these guys do it, but kudos to them. I guess they have experience. I mean, they do the 12 hours of Sebring here that goes into the night. That's a very famous race. I've been doing that for a long time. Oh, I see some light coming into the sky there.
Yep. Like I said, we missed it. We've been yapping all this time instead of sleeping.
I'm going to pretend it's still dark and go to bed anyway. Yeah, at least that's my plan.
If they slow down a little bit more, they can do this in 4 laps instead of 5. I mean, they're like 11 seconds off of having to go one more lap here.
Put it in slow-mo. Slow it down. There's like one lone tent left on the pit lane and the camera view.
29.
We got 29 cars circulating right now. closing minutes of the race. Just under 7 minutes, unofficially.
I didn't think we'd make it.
Yeah.
We're still time to fail, Tiff.
Keep our expectations
Yeah,
low.
we could still flush.
And then you got
We
that
could
brutal.
flush this whole thing right now.
Then you got that brutal walk to the bedroom afterwards.
It's going to be like a stumble and a fall.
Yeah.
Ka-tunk.
I got an hour and a half.
I'll get to the bed, I'll be comfortable, and I'll be like, yes, I'm going to sleep. And then it'll be like the insomnia kicks in. It's
Yeah.
like, what? No. It's morning. You got to get up in an hour or two.
I should have came up with this joke when he said this.
Your rooster in training will be making noise.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
He'll-
he already
he'll-
started.
Yeah, today will be the day he learns how to do it for real.
We have 3 roosters now, the 2 full-blooded grown roosters that are very nice. We've
How long did they go on and on with the rooster calling?
these guys are ridiculous
Oh,
because they're
jeez.
brothers, and so they will compete.
Oh, jeez.
And so they will sometimes do it all night. I'm like, the girls can't get any sleep with all that nonsense going on. But one will get going, and then the other one will get going. Luckily, our neighbors are far away, so they don't hate us. But it's rather funny when they're not keeping you awake. But I'll get up to let the dogs out sometimes in the middle of the night because maybe somebody didn't want to go before bed or whatever. And it's like 3 a.m. and I hear, and I'm like, you idiot. The sun is not coming up for hours. Go back to sleep.
So the age-old question is, Tiffany, who let the dogs out? Do you have the answer?
Who?
I thought you would know. Never mind. I don't want to pressure you into something.
I don't even have a witty comeback. I think I'm too tired at this
You're
point.
tapped out. Okay.
I'm tapped out. That was my last joke.
Wisdom on E. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. That canopy's coming down too now.
Lowering of, yes, it's ceremonial too. There's 2 people.
The last canopy.
I think I can hear taps playing in the distance.
I mean, it shouldn't be long before we have the one to go, right?
Yeah.
any
Maybe a
few
lap
moments?
or 2 here.
Yeah. Look at the sky. I will say Florida has some of the most beautiful sunrises. I don't really love sunrise because that happens early in the morning. But if you have to be up, like the most beautiful sunrises on the planet I've ever seen. Look at that pink and it's quite gorgeous.
Tell you what, I got to do the stint there at Daytona one time when the sun was going down, and we had a pretty good storm. Randy was driving the car when the storm came. There's white flag.
Yeah, I don't see that too often in ChampCar.
1 lap to go.
And
Is that gonna?
so
Beer.
Randy drove during the rain. Well, after it all cleared out and the sun started going down, it was the most gorgeous sunset around there that I've ever seen. And had to keep reminding myself that, you're doing over 100 miles an hour here.
Like, pay attention to what you're doing. I used to go see the Daytona 24 race. I've been there many years, and the only thing prettier than the sunset there is the sunrise. It's gorgeous, and then you're like, okay, we're gonna make it. We have a few more hours to go.
If only
kind
it
of a
wasn't
cool
so
feeling.
just unbelievably cold there at Daytona. And
Oh, in January, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's the shark car coming by, Team Infinity. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, the final lap. All they have is just one lap to go to take the win here today. This 12-hour race, shortened by lightning. They faced rain, they faced the heat, they faced the night, and, of course, exhaustion.
Unbearable humidity.
And sleep deprivation. The team worked hard all the way into the night here and into the morning. They changed the lead many times, chasing down the leaders to take the lead of the race again and again and again. A hard-fought race for Whiskey Tango Foxtrot with two really tough competitors. Flat-out Nemesis and Average Joe's.
Yeah, they did a really good job of sticking to their plan.
They ran these cars really hard today in this Florida heat and the humidity.
Yep,
and here they come
checkered
through turn 17 for the final time as they work their way through the backstretch. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot takes the win at Sebring International Raceway.
Good job, guys. I know this was a tough race. I think every single one of you.
Incredible, exciting race. Really, just it was back and forth and very close all the way down to the finish, with flat-out Nemesis taking second place. Third place is going to go to Clark Motorsports. Fourth is going to go to Glazed and Confused, and fifth to Floridian Motorsports. A class going to Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. B class to Flat Out Nemesis. C class is going to go to Fing Dog Racing. D class is going to go to Floridian Motorsports. EC goes to GMW Racing, and F class is going to go to Kobe Racing. So congratulations to all of the teams. Everyone worked so hard to get to the end of this very challenging race this weekend. So our hats off are to you, and we can't wait to see you all at the next race. Coming up here in July, we'll be at Nelson Ledges, and then in August, we'll be going to Virginia International Raceway for the Big 24, and we hope to see you there. So for Tiffany Alexander and Brian Beasley, I'm Paul Veltum, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.